Hey guys, welcome back to a long overdue episode of Wormys Playhouse, and I just received today in the mail the Sega Genesis Mini, not the classic. Notice how Sega did not go with the classic route as in the Super Nintendo Classic and the Nintendo Classic, but they actually went fully with Mini because, let's be real, we all call it the Mini, so Sega just rocked with it. And I'm gonna keep this video fairly short, mainly because I know there's a million YouTube videos of this, so you've all seen the unboxings of it, you've all seen what games are on this, but I just want to show a kind of a comparison of the actual Mini versus the original Sega Genesis, because I still have my original Genesis still in working condition, so I'm really glad to have this. And yes, unfortunately, Amazon is where I got this from for $80. It is brand new $80. However, if you just wait, because it is still available, so you'll be able to find it in stores or just buy it online. But if you wait a few months, if you're a little on the fence, guaranteed it's going to drop in price, probably down to $60. It'll end up on sale, being that it did not sell out. But keep a watchful eye for Amazon, because they shipped it in a yellow vanilla envelope, this little bubble wrap. It does not do a good job protecting anything. But thankfully my box is in fairly good condition, so I am happy about that. So this comes with 42 games. Not 40, but 42. There's 2 additional bonus games. That's just a marketing thing right there. You know, bonus. It's just 42 games. But a lot of great games, so I will cover some of the games that are in this, but I'm not going to show in-depth game footage just because you can look that up. But let's get right into opening this. So, now I am surprised how well that they compact everything into this. It's supposed to come with 2 controllers. There's a lot in here. So we have like a AC adaptive charger. We don't care about the cables. We want to just get to the good stuff. So here, right off the bat, here's one of the controllers. And I'm hoping that this controller is going to be identical to the original. That's the nostalgia factor right there, is trying to capture the original Genesis for how it was when it originally released. And you know, this actually looks pretty good. Can we see this here? Can we see? I'll do some pictures up close and everything, but this is like legit. And I do have my original Sega Genesis controller. This is over 20 years old. You can hear it. Little shake, a lot of shake. I don't know what it is. It's shaking in there. It must be the D-pad or the buttons, but it is a big difference. But this is like identical. You know what, I'll just overlay some pictures. Okay, the big difference right off the bat is that the new controller is more of a matte finish. Maybe the original was matte at one point in time, and just my greasy fingerprints as a kid has just glazed over it. They both say Sega on the back, which that is really nice. Different model numbers, of course. Okay, get this. The original is made in Taiwan, the new one is made in China, so there's a huge difference. But everything else right on the front is exactly the same. Let me just test it out. This is the original. This is the new one. Different sound. Different sound. But this D-pad, it's got the 8 position points. So it's not just your traditional 4 up, down, left, and right, but it's got that, you could master the roll. So it has 8 different directions for this D-pad. That was what was so great about the Genesis. Oh, I loved it as a kid. Now they do have a 6-button controller that you can buy from a third party. Well, I think from Sega, they sell it separately. But this is what came with the original. I never had the 6-button, so I'm just happy to have this. So, but not only did we get one, if I can get it, but we got 2 controllers. So that is a plus right there. And that should be exactly the same, which yes, it is exactly the same. Okay, and what else is in the box? Again, they really compact everything in this box. HDMI cable. I gotta mute my phone. HDMI cable, that is really great just to have that. You know, that's the whole point of the Mini Classic, because this, trying to connect your Genesis to your, modern day TVs, it's kind of a hassle. So just being able to plug this in directly with one cable is a huge plus. And having all the games right there, you have your manual, so you want some information. But let's get to the best part. What we want is the actual Mini, I was gonna say classic, but consoles. Here it is, packaged really nice, and wow, look, stickers. Get off of here. That is it. And it is identical. They did a great job. It has even the little switches on and off. Reset, did that work? Even the reset button works. I mean, obviously it doesn't actually work. Well, maybe, I wonder, if you play a game and hit reset, well, probably not. Probably won't do anything, but it may. This is the volume slider for headphones. I don't think I've ever used that on the original, but it's on it. It's on it in the original, so you got that volume slider. It works. I got my on and off switch, reset. still works. So, but everything, they really captured the essence of the original Sega Genesis. They did a great job with this console. You got your ports on the back, your controller hookups in the front. Of course, what's different is that this is a USB plug, whereas the original is this like weird prong plug. Even the finish is pretty much spot on. Again, this is a little bit more of a matte finish compared to the original, though the original is matte, but it's slightly different, but really identical. The coloring right here, this is maroon. This is more of like a purplish maroon, like it just has a more purple in the maroon coloring. I don't know, maybe it's just the way the manufacturer is. And now this, you would think this is a vent. This is not a vent. This is nothing. It's just a dust trap. You know how long it took me to clean this out? I had to get a Q-tip, a wet Q-tip, and just really clean in there. It's just a design flaw is what I think it is. Okay, so if you want to know the dimensions, I'm going to measure everything so you can know exactly how big and small the new one is. And I'm not going to. You ever see that on TV ads? And I can't do it. Okay, so the original Genesis is about 11 and a half inches by 8.5 inches, roughly, give or take. That's not an exact measurement, I'm just doing it freehanding. So it's 11 and a half by 8.5, and the mini is 6 inches, 6 inches by a little bit under 4.5 inches. So that's quite a big difference, but almost half the difference. I mean, you can just see the difference. Can I hold this up? So that is the big thing. Let's compare it to the Super Nintendo Classic. SNES Classic, I say SNES. It is SNES. I've grown up saying SNES. Some people say SNES. Yeah, I've said SNES as well. It's just longer. SNES is just so quick. Super NES, I've never said that. If you say Super NES, there's just something wrong with you. Okay, so here it is, size comparison. I mean, that's just the way it sits. I mean, actually, it's almost identical. I think the Genesis is slightly bigger. It's just a little, I mean, it completely hides behind it, so it's like slightly bigger, but it's pretty spot on to almost the exact measurements of this, just, you know, a few centimeters bigger. So I grew up a Sega kid. This was my console in my household growing up as a kid. You know, when we're growing up, you played what you had. You know, I grew up with the Genesis in my house, lots of great games, but I did play all the Nintendo games. I played the NES, I played the SNES. You know, my friends down the street, they had Nintendo, so that's where I would go to play all the great Nintendo games, fantastic games. You know, we'd have sleepover parties and everything, and then they'd come to my house and we'd play Genesis games. So, you know, we got to see the best of both worlds, and we shared games. We even traded consoles for like a week, you know, we borrowed consoles. I know that's kind of a weird concept, but, you know, we did stuff like that. So some of my favorite games that are on this console, I have a lot of them physically. I do have a lot of the physical games from my Genesis originally, although I did give away a lot of Genesis games. But some of my favorites, I remember Alex Kidd, that was a great game. You got Altered Beast, you got Elysia Dragoon, Beyond Oasis, Castlevania. That's interesting that Castlevania is on, was it on the Genesis? Yeah, it was on both, right? Eternal Champions, you have Ghouls and Ghosts, Golden Axe, that was a great game. Landstalker, that's one of my personal favorite RPGs. It's an action RPG, in a way kind of like Zelda, but you can jump. It has a jump, like, I mean, it was just revolutionary, kind of. It had an isometric point of view, so that was kind of weird, but it was a great game. Definitely play Landstalker. Out of all the games, if you're an RPG fan, definitely play that game. It is great. Phantasy Star 4, absolutely hands down one of my favorite series. The original Phantasy Star on Sega Master System, not only my first RPG that I ever played, but my first video game that I ever played. So definitely the fourth is like the best in the series. Well, considered the best. Not my favorite, one of them, but not two is my favorite. That's difficult, but 2 is my favorite. I wish I had the whole series, you know, 2, 3, and 4. Shining Force, that is another one. I'm really excited to jump back to that series. Although I wish we had Shining Force 2, but we got the first one. So definitely check that out. It is a great strategy RPG. The first strategy RPG that I ever played. And I'm really excited for Landgrisser, is that how you say it? 1 and 2 is coming over to Nintendo Switch. So if you don't have a way of, you know, playing Shining Force, or if you don't have this, pick up Landgrisser 1 and 2 on Nintendo Switch. If I'm saying that that name wrong, I'm sorry. You got the Sonic games, you got Sonic Spinball, and that's interesting. It was a good game still, but Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, we don't have Sonic 3. Licensing issues, Michael Jackson sang in this song, sang songs in the game. I don't even remember him being in it. Like, as a kid, I never recognized it, but I do remember Michael Jackson. Oh man, if we had the Michael Jackson game on this, that'd be great, but no. We do have Street Fighter. I can't tell which Street Fighter it is, but there is a Street Fighter on this. I'm noticing no Mortal Kombat. Is what it is. Castle of Illusion, the Mickey Mouse game though, great Mickey Mouse game. Do recommend that. Echo the Dolphin. You got Streets of Rage 2. There's another great game. Toe Jam and Earl. Oh, I love that game growing up. These are the games, you know, this was my childhood growing up as a kid, and it's just really great to have it, just be able to replay through all these games, you know, being able to just hook it up to your TV very easily, just through one cable, and, you know, it kind of hits a nostalgia factor. It's nice to have in a collection, so I do like being just to have it, you know, proudly display on my shelves. Yes, it's not for everyone, you know, if you don't want to pay the full $80, I'm almost certain it will end up on sale, but I can't guarantee that. And even more so, it's for the next generation of kids, you know, kids that are growing up now, that never played these games, that never got to appreciate the Genesis with all these amazing great games on it. Now they can go back and relive, you know, the childhood that I had. They can go back and relive all these games and get to appreciate them, and then, you know, maybe they'll be more understanding of us old fogies that grew up back in this old era of 16-bit video games. So that is the Sega Genesis Mini versus the Sega Genesis, the actual original. Again, this isn't an in-depth comparison. I just kind of wanted to, just to show it, you know, just to show what it looks different, the size difference of it. Again, I will overlay some pictures. And for those of you that watch my videos, if you've been wondering where I've been, well, I've still been around. I've just kind of transitioned over to Twitter, so follow me on Twitter. I'll follow you back, especially if you communicate with me. You know, I'm there to make friends with everybody, so I will talk to you, I will like your posts, I will comment on everything, so chat with me. I love chatting with people, but I've been playing a lot of video games lately. I got a lot of stuff in. My collection has grown Switch-wise. I've been posting everything on Twitter. Every game I get, every update, you know, games that I'm currently playing, I post some video gameplay on Twitter as well. So, you know, follow me there. Again, I'll follow you back. But I will be making more videos. I did just beat Astral Chain, and I actually filmed a whole entire video for an unboxing for the collector's edition of Astral Chain, the Japanese version of it. I just never edited it together to and actually release it. So, and the game's been out for a couple weeks now, so it's probably too late to even load it up to YouTube. I don't know if anyone would even want to watch it. But, you know, again, whatever, you know, maybe I will. Maybe I'll finally finish editing this. But I'm gonna get this video up, that's for sure. And what I'll probably end up doing is just one big video, just one big overall, just a games pickup, everything that I've picked up since it's been more than a month. So since my last video game video that I've done. But more videos to come, and again, check me out on Twitter, and thank you for joining us today for an episode of Wormys Playhouse, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. We'll see you again for an episode. We'll see you then. Bye!